Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. A Knight of Wands. There's an instinct in you right now. Something is prompting you to rush forward. Something is prompting you to take immediate and decisive action, impulsive action, kind of almost a reaction, right? This is really a card that says we're sort of being pulled in a direction by the horse, and we're either trying to fight it and pull it back, or we're just saying, okay, we're going, So sometimes this is like, we don't want to hesitate, because if we do, we're going to cause instability, we're going to fall down. This might be saying that, look, we just need to just hold on tight and let this thing do what it's going to do, all right? But I feel like there's some situation going on right now where you're just being sort of carried forward. And maybe we're in this position where we're not sure if we should slow down, pull back on the reins, or if we just need to hug the horse tight and say, let's do it. Becoming kind of one with the horse, and charging forward in this direction. So we need some context here, don't we? Let's put some more cards on the table. Hey, you got that Tower. Oof, we got the Eight of Swords makes sense. We got the Seven of Wands leading to the Tower. To me, that feels like a breakthrough. To me, it feels like the problem that you've been trying to solve for so long, you're finally breaking through to the other side. This Tower event is going to be a leveling up, right? You're breaking through to a new level. Yeah. And look at that. On the other side of that, going from insecurity, from instability, from indecision, from confusion, from this rumination, this Eight of Swords, to a Six of Cups, that is the breakthrough as well, right? Now, what's on the other side here? A Nine, a feeling of confidence and strength, right? It's a new level of confidence and power, right? Rest in peace, Diamond Daryl. This is extraordinary. From this feeling of weakness, even with the Seven of Wands, feeling as if I can't do it. The odds are against me. I'll never make it, right? And then, of course, that starts reinforcing the thought process and this feeling of this obstacle is just too big for me. I can't push through this. I've tried, and I can't do it. The odds are against me. This wall's too high, right? This race is too long. This thing is too hard to do. Right? And we start believing that. We start thinking that. We ruminate on it. We keep looking at the problem in the same way, and it's reinforcing this idea that we can't, that we're not good enough, we're not strong enough, fast enough, whatever it is. Well, things are changing, right? This Tower is happening now. And this instinct that you feel, should you pull back on the reins or should you just hug the horse and go full speed ahead? I think full speed ahead. And you're going to be very happy that you did. I think if you hold back, and this is kind of the thing, that if we're going up against an obstacle, if we don't fully believe in ourselves, if we're holding back, if we're pulling back the reins a little bit, and we're not going 100% in, yeah, we're going to get the Seven of Wands. We're going to smack up against it. We're going to hurt ourselves. We're not going to do it. The only way for you to get this breakthrough and to achieve this pleasure, this beauty, this joy, is to go full force. Believe in yourself 100%. You have to be so focused and so mind melded with that horse, that there's no room there for any doubt. There's no room there for any hesitation. Any hesitation, and you're gonna bump right up against that wall, and you're gonna fail again. It's gonna hurt, and you're not gonna make it. You've got to be all in. You got to give it everything you've got. There has to be no room inside of you for any of this nonsense, any of that doubt or insecurity. Believe in yourself 1,000%. And you're going to break through whatever this obstacle is. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. We'll put the rest of our cards out on the table here. This feels like the biggest win ever. Yeah, even that 9 of Pentacles. Look at that. The 5 of Cups in the environment. The Knight of Pentacles. And the 6 of Wands. We got a 6 of Cups, 6 of Wands. The victory itself is the pleasure. Knowing that you have overcome this obstacle and that you've done it, that builds character, that builds confidence, that reminds you of your own strength. Okay? It kind of looks like what we're doing here is we're looking inside of a pressure cooker. Okay? That art or temperance card that I always call the pressure cooker. Feels like we're kind of looking inside of one right now. And this is going to be, it's coming. The biggest win ever. Okay? Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor, infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right there with our very own Kelly Kapoor. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments down below. Now, the interesting thing that I'm seeing here, the Tower is the only major arcana energies. The only thing Spirit wants you to focus on right now is breaking this darn wall down. Okay? Pardon my strong language here, but this is the only major arcana. This is the one thing that Spirit says you need to focus on. Everything else, don't worry about it. Everything else, don't worry about it. Okay? The 5 of Cups in your environment. The disappointment, this idea, the sadness that something that should be there isn't there. Don't worry about it. The way you get it is by smashing through this blockage. Now, this may not be an external wall. And usually the obstacles, the opponent, is not really the wall in front of us. It's not really a wall. It's inside. It's not really external. It's in here. We are our own biggest obstacle. So this is about overcoming ourselves and breaking through this to this level. Again, new level, confidence, power. Taking ourselves to the next level. And I think that you've been doing it, nothing. Doing it, nothing. Well, pretty soon, doing it, and bam. You're cracking that thing open. You're busting through that, whatever that obstacle is. And really, I think it is about that internal growth. It is about us overcoming those things in us that stop us. And really, it's this. These are the challenges. Thinking, feeling. Thinking, feeling. We have the major arcana. What else do we have? We got fire, fire, fire. Earth and earth. Right? We got a little bit of water and a little bit of air. We got water up here. Yeah. This is the water we want. This is the ideal. That's the sunshine that we're looking for. This is when you break through this obstacle and you're basking in the glory of that win. Not the external win. It doesn't matter what the actual thing is. What matters is that you've overcome that blockage in yourself. You've overcome that obstacle within you. And this feels amazing, right? This is the winner's circle of your own heart, right? And this, of course, is the winner's circle, kind of in your willpower, too, in your strength. This is reminding you that you can overcome any obstacle. Okay, we don't have a 6 of Pentacles here. It's not about the actual achievement. It's about what it does for you emotionally and vitally, right? Spiritually. The only obstacles to the success We're looking at the obstacle as being something outside of ourselves that we keep running up against, and now we're starting to feel like I'm just not strong enough to overcome this. Well, that's the obstacle itself, the thinking and feeling that we're not capable of overcoming this. So the real obstacle is the heart and the mind. A heart that is disappointed, a heart that feels not good enough, and we have, it's a negative feeling, right? And then, of course, the rumination, the thoughts that reinforce that feeling. And this is not powerful. This is not going to achieve anything, these two. And I think if we can correct this, if we can immerse ourselves so deeply into this and put everything we have into this work, whatever you're doing right now, that there is no room for any doubt or any pessimism or any sadness or sorrow. We're not worried about anything going on at home or at work or at school or whatever else. That we're focused on this. We're going to achieve that tower event. That is, we're breaking on through the other side here. Okay? I promise that's my last musical reference. The tower moment is really an abrupt change thing. It's going to be, when you push so hard against something and it finally gives way and you sort of stumble on the other side. It's going to be such a relief, and it's going to be such a change that we're going to land on our butt still, and we're going to think, oh my gosh, I did it. And I think that it's going to be so glorious on the other side. Just going from a 7 of wands to a 6 of cups, and going from down here, from this feeling inside of you, the rumination, which is very much connected with the way we're experiencing the world. This is not a very positive attitude, okay? This, on the other side, wow. Tranquility, pleasure, joy, beauty. It is beautiful on the other side of this wall. And there is strength and power on the other side of this wall too, okay? And it's coming. This is going to be the biggest win ever. And I wonder how long you've been facing this obstacle, this challenge, right? The 7 of Wands is kind of saying that you've been up against it. It's you against the world, but you keep getting up. And you keep getting up, and you keep getting up, and you keep getting up. And as long as you do something about this bad attitude, you will keep getting up until you break through. Okay? You're not quitting. Yeah. And I think the way that you keep going is by the Knight of Wands, following that instinct, following that horse that's going straight at it, that you're going so hard and so fast that you don't have time to ruminate and think and to feel sorry or to feel pessimistic or to feel unworthy or to feel weak or to feel less than, right? We don't have time to have a poor attitude. We're too busy, right? We're too active. We're too on fire on this thing, right? And I don't know what this is for you. Doesn't matter what it is. This is how and why you're going to overcome this current obstacle. Okay. Gosh, this is nice. Oof. Really good. That's the 9 of Wands in the future position. It is really, I think it shows a connection with your purpose. We have the sun and the moon conjoined. So I feel that you're doing this for a reason. There is a deep-seated purpose behind all of this. There's a reason why you keep going up against this obstacle. Okay. There's a reason why you haven't given up. And so whatever this is, I think it means more to you than anything else in the world right now. I think the 9 of Wands in the future position is also, it's the central card here. So I feel like what this breakthrough, what this leveling up, what this tower event, this tower moment is really doing for you is it is revealing to you your capabilities, revealing to you your power. It's showing you what you're really made of. Inside the tower stands this 9 of Wands. That is your willpower. So this is the recognition that, Scorpio, whatever you say you're going to do, you're going to do it. Whatever you put your heart and soul into, you're going to do it. Whatever you commit yourself to, there's nothing that's going to stop you. You're going to keep coming back. You're going to keep getting up and getting up and getting up and getting up. And that's what you're made of. Okay? Maybe this is a physical fitness thing. Maybe this is a creative project. Maybe it's spiritual work, self-development. Maybe it's a career thing, a financial thing. Maybe you're trying to fix something or solve a problem, whatever it is. You're breaking through. Biggest win ever. Okay? And I think it really, the Nine of Wands really is the central card here. It's right in the very center of the tarot table. It is the axis mundi. It is the galactic center here. Everything is revolving around this. And it's your ability to withstand the pressure. If you're inside that pressure cooker, this is you, if the pressure gets greater, you get stronger. The pressure keeps increasing, well, you keep getting stronger and pushing back even harder. That you're sort of adapting. That your strength is a flexible strength. It's an adaptive strength that gives you this kind of iron willpower. It cannot be broken, right? Really unbelievable. This is just a crazy amount of fire going this way, right? And it's the heart and the mind that get in the way of us achieving our goals. When the willpower is trying to do its thing, the mind will kick in and start having all these negative thoughts. If we just stay so busy and so consumed by this fire that we don't have any thoughts at all, problem solved. But if we do find ourselves starting to ruminate on how difficult it is and, oh, this is hard, I can't do it, and then we start looking at the environment and looking at our relationships and thinking, I just want to stay inside where it's warm, I'm missing out on a lot of stuff. It's cold and wet outside. I don't want to go outside and do this work. And we start making excuses, And it sort of reinforces itself, and it starts to threaten our willpower. It starts to make us feel as if, wow, look at that Seven of Wands. It's a little tiny stick up against these very strong-looking wands in the background. We start believing in these excuses, and then we feel that we are weaker than. We got to put this onto that and say, I am unique and conqueror. I am almost invincible. We got to believe that we are the very best. We got to believe that we are stronger than our adversary, our opponent, our whatever the obstacle is. Okay? Which we are projecting as something outside of ourselves, but really it is us. We're only as strong as we believe ourselves to be. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything, and it really is supportive of me, and I appreciate that from you. Yeah. General energy, Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. You can achieve anything you want in life if you got the willpower. It all comes down to willpower. Determination, right? It all comes down to our own belief and our own strength. If we believe we can do it, then we do it. If you believe you can't, then you're not going to. Okay? So whatever you set your will on, you're going to achieve. And that Nine of Pentacles is the card of gain. It's the card of progress. It's the card of always moving forward. Even if we're up against a wall, we still approach that wall every day. It may not seem like we're moving forward. We're up against the same wall. Right? But we're just adapting. We're getting stronger so that we can knock that wall out and we can keep going. So we're making progress no matter what. You're a successful person. Even if this isn't business, whatever you're doing, you're successful. And this is how and why you're going to be successful. It doesn't really tell me what you're doing. Maybe there's some sort of financial thing. Maybe this is a physical fitness or a health thing for you. But you're seeing the progress. And as we see the ball go further down the field, we get more and more fired up. We get more confident. We start to believe in ourselves even more, right? So we have to feed off of our own wins. We have to feed off of our own gains, right? You're at the gym, you turn the dial up to 50 pounds, 60 pounds, 70 pounds, whatever it is. Every time we ratchet it up a little bit, we feed on that. It's challenging, yeah, and maybe I can't lift that much weight. Maybe it's 100 pounds, 500 pounds. But every time we do it, every time we see that notch going up a little bit more, and the weight's getting heavier and heavier and heavier, we're feeding off that, and we're realizing what we're capable of. And there's no limit here. The 9s are infinite. The 9s show that it's about the process and about the function. There is no actual limit to your potential. We fulfill as much of it or as little of it in life as we believe ourselves capable. This is really good. The 5 of Cups in the environment or in terms of your relationships, I feel like it's kind of just, really it seems like a pessimism or a disappointment or a bad attitude in terms of those relationships and how we're sort of looking at the world. We're looking at the world as if it is a disappointing and sad place. And that's kind of feeding into our thoughts of our pessimism and our insecurities and things like that, right? Well, we're going to start seeing the world as a very happy place. And, the world is a happy place. The world is a friendly place. The world is a joyous and a beautiful place to people who are succeeding in their goals, who are fulfilling their potential, and who are following their will and doing their purpose, right? The world seems like a very sad and sorrowful place to people who are either they don't know what their goals are, they don't have any sense of their own will or willpower, they have no intention, they have no goals, they have no path or purpose. Then the world seems very ugly, right? If this is beauty, this is ugliness. If this is pleasure, this is emotional pain, right? And I think with the Knight of Pentacles here, in the position of the obstacle, which is funny that it's sort of the obstacle position, but this is a card that's looking at the future. I think you're looking forward to all the other obstacles, right? This feels like the biggest win ever, because this has unleashed in you your own power. And now every other obstacle going forward seems like, I'm ready for it. I'm feeding off of that challenge. We see that obstacle and we can't wait to hit the ground running. Right? So this is the card that looks into the future. And I think what you're seeing is all of the next wins that are coming after this one. Because we've realized this, and we believe in ourselves. We see the world as a positive place, right? As a rewarding sort of experience. And I think that 6 of Pentacles, or 6 of Wands. I wonder if the 6 of Pentacles will be here in the mystery card. The 6 of Wands is victory. The 6 of Wands is you realizing that you've won, even before you meet with whatever the next challenge is. You've already assumed that you have defeated it. You already assume that you are victorious here. You believe in your own greatness. You believe in your own victory. And then it's just a matter of, fulfilling the rest of that story. This is the outcome. We know the book ends this way. Now all we got to do is read through those pages to get to that, end, but this is already written. It's written in your soul, it's written in your heart, written in your aura, that you're going to win, that you're going to be victorious over this next challenge, whatever the next hurdle is for you in your life, because you've overcome you've had that biggest win ever, which is that internal one. And now every other obstacle seems like, I know I could do it. I'm going to have to work really, really hard, and it's going to be challenging and really grueling and miserable, but there's joy in that, especially if you know that you're capable of succeeding, right? Let's look at this mystery card now. I sort of feel a 6 of Pentacles. I'm also feeling another 9 of Wands. I don't feel like it's going to be a major arcana. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. Let's take a look. The Ace of Wands. Yeah. The Ace of Wands, if we have the will, well, basically where there's a will, there's a way, right? If we have the will, if we know what we want, and we're focused, laser focused on that thing, we're not hearing the negative thoughts. We're not feeling the sorrow or the sadness of the world. We have no, this is it. It's just a laser beam of focus on this thing. There's no room for doubt. There's no room for sadness or disappointment. We're all in. This is the wand that the Knight of Wands is holding. And if we have this intention, if we set this intention, then everything else sort of falls away. And it's just us and the work in front of us. And that's all we do. Right? A very sort of minor example is I started riding a bike, doing this recumbent bike as exercise. And, sometimes it's challenging. Sometimes it's like 45 minutes or an hour at a time, and it's uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. And I'm out of shape, but I'm doing it, And when I'm doing it, I put my headphones in. I'm not even really looking at anything, right? That's all that I care about is getting through each minute, getting through each challenge. I'm not even thinking ahead. I'm not even thinking the next hill that's going to come. Oh, that's going to be terrible. No, there's no room to think about that. I'm just focused on what my legs are doing and, and focusing on getting up this current hill and, getting down the other side. And there's no room for doubt. There's no room to be miserable. There's no room to feel that, oh man, I still got like 5 more hills to go. I'm only on 5 minutes. I got another half an hour to go, right? There's not even any room to think about that. So in some ways, even the Knight of Pentacles here is a little bit misleading because I don't feel that we're even thinking about the future. We're thinking about right now. And that's the Ace of Wands. This is how we direct our will and direct our attention. Nothing else in the world exists except what we are doing right now. And this is your power to focus your attention, to focus your mind and your power and your will on whatever this is. We don't allow distractions. We don't allow our own heart and mind to distract us. We think distractions are things coming from out here. Now those things are nothing compared to the distraction coming from inside. Right? This is extraordinary. This really is the biggest win ever. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading too. We're going to do a hexagram from the I Ching. We'll do some oracle cards. I hope you'll stick around. Click on the link in the corner. There's also a link down below. New readings for Scorpio Wednesday and Saturday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.